This is given to you to stir awareness, righteous anger, and unity. It speaks truth to power, calls out corruption at the highest levels, and awakens citizens to reclaim what has been stolen from them. And I think I will call this liar, liar. The kingdom is on fire. We grew up saying liar, liar, your draw's on fire, because it was a childhood taunt, a joke. But today, that rhyme is no joke, because the liars have set the nation on fire. The very people we trusted to protect us are the one holding the matches and doing the stealing. We have watched the government claim the name of democracy while behaving like an oligarchy, a kingdom ruled by a few for the few against the many. The people's house, the White House, is being polished and renovated while the nation itself crumbles. Government shutdown. Tell me, how can an executive branch justify renovations during a government shutdown when veterans can't get their checks, families can't afford rent, children are still going hungry? And they're talking about even doing more than that from veterans. And I think it's because a broken down veteran who may be a PhD, but he's lost 2 of his limbs, I believe, during wartime. And if they could break something in you during basic training, imagine what that has done to him, that he wants people that's getting 60% of disability from the military to not get that no more and go to work when they don't have enough work for the people that's out of work. But let's go on. That is not leadership. That is arrogance. That is proof that the people's voice has been silenced by the machinery of greed. Let's tell the truth. When people suffer, the palace shines. You are no longer living under democracy. You are living under a king. And this orange king, as some call him, sits upon a throne built on division, delusion, and distraction. He speaks of greatness, but greatness built on lies can only produce ruin. A narcissist cannot serve the people because a narcissist can only see himself. And he doesn't see you. And those who continue to serve him, defend him, and excuse him are co-conspirators in the betrayal of this nation's soul. 85% of Congress, yes, I said it, 85% of Congress sits in silence or complicity while the people drown in debt. The elderly fear for survival. The veterans, the one who fought for this land, are told no money for their care. But where did that money go? Trillions, not millions, trillions of dollars from Social Security, from the trust funds of working Americans have disappeared into the fog of defense budgets and special projects. The same government that cries broke when it comes to your benefits always finds millions, billions for war, surveillance, and corporate bailouts. How can a nation say it's broke when it spends more on bombs than it does feeding its children? How can a government claim patriotism while cutting veteran programs and leaving our heroes to sleep on the streets? How can they swear an oath on a Bible they do not honor and speak the name of God they do not serve? Let me tell you something. Just for somebody having the want to go in the military to fight for a country, when you, rich people, rich kids, think that it's foolish and that you want somebody else to fight for you, and we let it happen. So it's not just on them. It's on us. You can do something. I try to do the best I can. Why don't you start doing that? I don't care if it's walking, talking, or whatever. Do something. They distract us. Yes, they do. They divide us by race, party, gender, class, creed, so that we will never notice the robbery happening in broad daylight. While we argue over crumbs, they take the bakery. While we scroll and gossip and fight over headlines, they steal the future. They want you mesmerized by football, pop culture, by the endless circle of scandals, because it distracted people will never rise. But I'm here to tell you, the house is burning. The liars are still lying. And if people don't wake up, the kingdom will rise. Not the people's kingdom, but a crown for the king who never cared about you, never will, and never could. Look around. Gerrymandering calls up communities. Corporations buy your lawmakers. The courts are stacked. The Constitution, the sacred promise of liberty, is twisted by those who swore to defend it. And while they manipulate your freedoms, there are darker crimes lurking beneath. Child trafficking, exploitation, protection of predators, hidden under the shadow of power. And let me tell you, not only is that true, this conspiracy, this corruption is so deep it dares you not to believe it, because disbelief is the greatest shield. They know that if you stay tired, distracted, and divided, you will never fight back. So I ask you, who works for whom? They're supposed to work for us, but if you let them, they will make you work for them. That's after your 8-hour shift. The people pay taxes. The people build roads. They fight wars. They raise the next generation. Yet somehow the people have become servants to their own servants. That's not democracy. That's not freedom. That's set up of a kingdom with rulers, not representatives. Because even in the dark, I see light. Because there are some judges, some governors, some public servants who have not bowed to the tyrant's throne. They are still citizens, you and I, who believe that the truth is stronger than propaganda. The faith without justice is empty, and that people, when awakened, are the most powerful force on this earth. We must be thankful for those who hold the line, those who remember the Constitution, not as paper, but as promise. And let me tell you, that is not a perfect document, because it makes people that look like me supposedly 3/5 of a human. And they said that that has been corrected in the 14th and 15th Amendment. Well, let me tell you something. Those who think that's true are foolish, because there's times when I understand somebody trying to treat me less than human. Because this nation was not meant to be ruled by kings. It was meant to be led by servants of the people. And we need to take that back and make them the servants that they are. And when servants become masters, it is the duty of the people to remind them who holds the real power. So yes, liar, liar, your draw's on fire. You lied about freedom. You lied about justice. You lied about equality. And now your lies are burning this nation from the inside out. But here's the good news. Fire, my friends, also purifies. If we, the people, stand together, if we refuse to be silent, if we reclaim our right to truth, then that same fire can cleanse the corruption and light the path to rebirth. The liars will burn out. The truth will stand, and the people will rise again. So rise, America. Rise from the ashes of deceit. Rise from the sleep of distraction. Rise and remember who you are, a free people, not subject to a crown. Let us end this age of liars and begin the era of truth, because democracy doesn't die when government shuts down. It dies when the people stop standing up. And I, for one, refuse to sit down.